Attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching Yes.
On a hot, steamy Sunday afternoon, it is time for baseball. As the Yes Network presents the Hyundai Sunday Game of the Week. It's the Yankees against the Braves. Final game of a three-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Yankees Baseball. Along with Paul O'Neill, I'm Michael Kay. Yankees have taken the first two games of this three-game set, so they're looking for the sweep today. And right in the middle of the first two games, a youngster by the name of George Lombard Jr., this 21-year-old, has infused some energy into this team.
He certainly has. I mean, it's been such a fun homestand to watch the debut of George Lombard and his family. They knew he could play defense. They thought he was ready to play defense at the major league level, and he certainly has. He has absolutely turned over the way the left side of the infield has played, and all of a sudden, yeah, he can hit too. His first major league hit, a home run, and what a story that was for the family. And yesterday, going the other way with another huge home run, he has really shot some energy into the New York Yankees.
Congratulations to George Lombard Jr. on being voted the Montefiore Einstein Player of the Week. He's hit in all four games he's played, 5 for 13, 2 home runs, 4 runs scored, and already 4 games in, he has 3 defensive runs saved. He's just one of the Yankee farmhands that have played a large role in picking up the slack with a team that's been besieged by injuries. He's done the job, the other guys have well. And you know what? Aaron Boone wants to talk about it with Meredith Marakovitz next.
Welcome back to the Bronx on a beautiful Sunday afternoon as the Yankees go for the series sweep of the Atlanta Braves. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. The Yankees got a ton of contributions from their homegrown talent yesterday. The combination of Rice, Lombard Jr., Jones, and Wells went 6 for 12 and drove in 4 of the Yankees' 5 runs. When I spoke to Aaron Boone earlier today, I asked him how much pride this organization is taking in watching guys they develop have success at this level.
It's always great when you know, those guys are making meaningful contributions or on the periphery too. But, you know, obviously Spencer and George were central figures in yesterday's game, and Benny, you know, hitting a left-on-left homer there to give us an insurance run. So, yeah, I mean, you love it when guys, you know, come up from the system. And certainly we've had a number of those guys in varying degrees contribute this year.
And we'll keep it with the theme of homegrown. It's going to be Cam Schlittler getting the ball this afternoon, trying to bounce back after a rough last start. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network when we get back. Michael Kay will be joined by Paul O'Neill. We'll have baseball next on Yes.
Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Feel so right, they almost feel wrong. Only at your local Hyundai dealer. By Tunnel to Towers, donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. By Optimum Fiber, famously fast fiber internet. And by Nissan, hop into a Nissan Rogue and hit the road to adventure. Shop NissanUSA.com. Some pictures from the 1999 World Series, the Victory Parade in the Canyon of Heroes. Yankees are hoping to get back there, as are the Braves. Big crowd here on this Sunday afternoon at Yankee Stadium as the Yankees will go for the sweep of the Braves. And the Yankees are 7-5 this year when they are going for a sweep. And we mentioned this in the open, Paul. You can't put all of this good feeling on George Lombard Jr., but 21 years old, he's done what he's supposed to do. Seems like he plays the game the right way, has been a boost for them defensively, and I think anything they get from him offensively is a bonus.
Well, you just wonder how you're going to get off a start in your major league career, and it's been a rather resounding debut for Lombard. I mean, he really has injected some energy to this, and it's all surrounding his defense. And that's the one part that they felt like he was ready at the major league level. Is he going to continue to hit home runs, you know, at this pace? Probably not. But his at-bats, if you watch them, have been good. He's laid off a lot of pitches. He puts the ball in play, runs the base as well. you just can tell he's been around the game of baseball his whole life with his father and his family.
Now, Paul and I have been talking to a lot of people with the Atlanta Braves, and the thing that's jumped out to them, they keep saying, boy, the Yankee pitching's really good. Today, it's Cam Slittler.
Well, it just goes on, and that's the strength of the New York Yankees now, and that's why Lombard is so important, because if you're going to try to win with pitching, you've got to play defense. And so far, since he's been up here, the defense in the infield has been much, much better.
All right, so this is the lineup that Slittler is going to face. And Drake Baltimore leads off the field. Catch, Ronald Acuna Jr. in right, Matt Olson the first baseman. Cleaning up, Michael Harris the second. Then it's Ozzie Albies at second. Dominic Smith had a pinch hit single in the ninth inning yesterday. He'll be the DH. He'll bat sixth. And the bottom third of the order, it's Mike Yastrzemski, Austin Riley, and Jim Jarvis. We told you they'll be facing Cam Slittler, 25th start for the youngster, 10-6, 2.26 ERA, 171 strikeouts in 139 and 2/3 innings. And let's check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report.
Well, it was a very unusual start. He's coming out. I mean, it was not Cam Slittler like. He only threw 3 innings, had 5 walks. You just see how he bounces back from that. And you established a curveball. We always talk about his fastball, and it's elite. Don't get me wrong, one of the best in the league. But if he can throw that curveball for strikes in this recent stretch where he's starting to throw it, hitters are only 1 for 11, and it gives him a plan B if they start fouling off that fastball. And a tight race. He's still leading the American League in ERA, but it's only a battle between he and Dylan Cease, who's been red hot. Dylan Cease at 2.28, Slittler at 2.26.
Let's check out the defense behind him, brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers, Ramos, Grisham, and Jones. Left to right in the outfield. In the infield, it's McMahon, Lombard Jr., Chisholm Jr., and Garcia Jr. It's a junior infield. Austin Wells behind the plate, Ben Rice the DH, and Cam Slittler is on the mound. Home plate umpire is Dan Bellino. He's the crew chief. Derek Thomas at first, Mark Rippinger at second, and Dan Merzel will try to kind of blend into the scenery today after being a big point of contention last game behind the plate. So the Braves trying to salvage the final game of this 3-game set. Baldwin is ready. Slittler is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch swung and missed him. We're underway. Before we even get started, a man after your own heart, Paul. Chris Sale was just ejected.
He got thrown out before the game?
Yep.
He's not going to play anyway, so you might as well get your money's worth.
It cost himself money. He obviously was upset with the balk call yesterday. And Dan Merzel, who's at third base, as we mentioned, he made the call yesterday behind the plate. And Chris Sale just got tossed.
They should have at least let him take the lineup card out, you know. At least you can get in his face and get your money's worth. And this is yesterday, Michael. And you see Austin Wells. There's a little glitch right there, and that's a balk. And there's no rhyme or reason why he does it, but I'm sure he's done it for a long time. They called it yesterday in a big situation.
Now, after the game, they spoke about the fact that he did not declare that he was going to work out on the windup. With a run on third, you have the right to do that. He did not declare it. You have to. Now, that's a normal windup for him, but it's not a normal stretch. So that's why Merzel called the balk. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Baldwin down on strikes. Now let's check out the home plate umpire, Dan Bellino. The umpire scouting report brought to you by your local Kia dealers. 100 calls challenged, 60 overturned. More low strikes, more inside strikes. He's considered pitcher friendly, and he's in his 19th big league season, and he is the crew chief. So here's Ronald Acuna Jr. Now, it's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, Slittler throws very hard, and the Braves actually hit 97-plus velocity very well. They're 6th in average, 5th in slugging, and they have the 5th lowest strikeout percentage against pitches 97 or up. Now, despite the velocity, Paul, if you take a look at McMahon, he's playing deep and close to the line at third. So here's the umpires coming out right now. And boom, Sale is thrown out.
Wow. You know what? It's like Molino was waiting for it. You know, he got ambushed on the way out, and there was no thought. You know what? Chris Sale, one of the best pitchers in the game, future Hall of Famer, you know, deserves a little bit of a break in some respect, wouldn't you think?
Let's see. Is it Molino or is it Merzel who throws? It's Merzel. Rabbit ears right there.
Yeah, that's. I'm not a big fan. It's just the way it is. Like I said, Chris Sale's kind of earned his right to speak. I mean, he's that good.
Merzel had his moments behind the plate yesterday with the challenges that he got wrong and not too good. There's Matt Olson. Now, umpires always talk about they don't want to get shown up, right? And if a guy comes out and screams in their face, well, you could say they're getting shown up. Nobody knew what Chris Sale was doing.
You could have.
All you do was ignore it.
Act like he wasn't there and nothing goes on. But you know what, umpires, it looked like he was expecting something. He's 10 feet onto the field and he threw him off out of the game. But, I mean, what does it matter, really? Chris Sale's not going to pitch today, pinch hit, pinch or run, do anything. But still, it's just the thought of, you know, showing up a veteran pitcher who's a very good one.
One and two on Olson.
Well, it didn't take him long to hit the 100-mile-an-hour mark. And Olson, if you saw yesterday, Cole struck him out on a few, you know, high 90 fastballs. A little long swing, but unbelievably productive over the years. One of the game's best at first base.
This is his 900th consecutive game played for Matt Olson.
Maybe he's getting tired.
He thinks a little late on the fastball. 1-2. Swing and a miss. 100. They go down in order. Yankees coming up.
And my Hexclad.
Batting first, playing center field, number 12, Trent Griffin. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 22, Ben Rice. Batting third, playing left field, number 34, Julio Ramos. Batting fourth, playing first base, number 26, Luis Garcia Jr. Batting fifth, playing second base, number 13, Dash Chisholm Jr. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 78, Spencer Jones. Batting seventh, playing shortstop, number 96, George Lindbergh Jr. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 19, Ryan McMahon. Batting ninth, playing catcher, number 28, Austin Wells. Today's starting pitcher, number 31, Cam Slichler. Let's go Yankees!
Good job by the Mighty Muscles from Glen Head, New York. Thank you for doing the lineup for us. The first pitch from Grant Holmes is up and away. These are the numbers on Holmes. This is his 22nd start, 7-4, 3.67. And in a moment, we'll check out the Nissan pitcher scatter report.
I'll give you an early scouting report, Mike. We got a lot of hair.
Can you imagine that much hair in this kind of weather?
That looked like it's pure natural, too.
Yeah. All right, so what's the scatter report?
Well, he's very consistent. He's had great 3 runs or fewer in 20 of his 21 starts, and including 14 in a row. So he's given them a lot of innings, and he spends it. He loves his slider, throws it 36% of the time, which is the top 10 of all major league pitchers. And he gets a lot of help, too. He's left a lot of games this year. Exactly 6 times he left the game heading for a loss, so the Braves offense has taken him off the hook. He's just one of those lucky pitchers where they score runs.
Is that a wet or a dry curl?
It probably was dry before he warmed up. I don't know.
Ground ball grabbed there by Albies. And Grisham is retired. Check out the entire Atlanta Braves and defense brought to you by your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. And we're going to zero in on Michael Harris II in center field. He's our Car Shield defensive player profile. 10 outs above average this season. Tied for 4th best among major league outfielders. How about this? He has 10 outs above average, which is great. Pete Crow Armstrong, plus 22.
Yeah, I mean, we don't get to watch him all the time, but, I mean, to be that far ahead in that category must be due to a whole lot of special things.
Remember Coming to America?
The movie?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That kind of hair Eric LaSalle had and left that big stain on the back of the couch at the McDowell's house. 2-2. Swing and a miss. 2-0. Now it's 2-1. The 2-1. Boy, Rice really needed that home run yesterday against the left-hander. It ended up being the margin of victory in the game, and it was a home run that was really he'd been waiting a while for.
Yeah, he went off the top of the wall the day before for a huge hit, and then again, dead center field. Got the monkey off his back. Tired of reading the papers. I haven't hit a home run in so long, so good things for him.
It had been 11 straight games without a home run as he grounds out to first base, 2 down.
Michael, you know what? On our little thing, I have your volume and my volume. I
Right.
turning mine down. You know, after being mic'd up, yes, I'm tired of hearing it myself. I got a very faint me going here.
As long as you have me.
Yeah, that's all I want to listen to today.
0-1 on Elliot Ramos. 4 games with the Yankees. He's 2 for 13. Hey. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strong inning for Holmes as the Yankees go down in order 1-2-3. We're going to go to the second inning. 0-0 right here on Yes. Go all in on game nights with MLB Plus. Stream MLB Network 24/7 and select out-of-market games every week. Plus live radio broadcast of every game, Game Day 3D, Big Inning, and minor league action. Visit MLB.com/MLB Plus to subscribe today. Michael Harris digs in to lead off the second inning against Schlittler. Dude, what happened? Did you spill something on yourself?
Yeah, you know what? I got to wear these on the plane tonight. I just dab one.
Is that coffee?
Yeah, it shouldn't.
So it's going to smell, too.
That's all right. As you say, Michael, we're not oil paintings at this point.
No.
Anyway. Boy, I'd love to see that curveball mixed in. It just makes his fastball so much better. And you've seen so far where the days that Cam Schlittler struggles at all are when teams start fouling off his fastball. And, then he starts searching and getting back to the cutter and things like that. But if he can keep him off of it once in a while with a good curveball, you'll see a lot of swing and misses like you have so far.
Swing and a miss. 3 strikeouts and 4 outs recorded.
Right, you just talk about a perfect sequence, and following a curveball, you just go above it, and you see his ball. I know science says that the ball can't rise, but it can stay on the same plane, and you get it up there in the eye high, letter high. You're not going to catch up to it after seeing a good curveball before that.
So here's Albies. Now, you were here in the start against the Cardinals. The games where he has struggled is when they foul off the fastball. And he has to just keep coming in. But if you change the speed a little bit, you're going to be out in front.
Right. And, in the pregame, in the scouting, this last little recent thing where he's trying to mix in his curveball a little bit more, hitters are 1 for 11. So it's not like a secondary pitch is, he's given up a lot of hits you want to stay away from. It sets up his fastball. And it also, just gives him another option for somebody that can catch up to that fastball.
Another thing that we've seen from Schlittler, sometimes he makes up slights in order to pump himself up. But when he has a bad game, it really motivates him to not have 2 straight bad games.
Well, I mean, that's what you see in great pitchers. I mean, they're able to close the book. I mean, if you do it on some great hitters, too, you're able to close the book quickly on a bad at bat. I can remember coming up to the major leagues, when you have a bad at bat your first time up, you were pretty much done for the game. It was rambling on in your head, and you just learn to quickly adjust as you get a little bit older.
Swing and a miss. Boy, does he look dominant. 4 strikeouts.
Yeah, again, I mean, he's got so many options. Even throw that fastball, the sinker, the cutter, all of them. High 90s. The hitter, I mean, you sit on fastball, sure, but you're getting good, different movements on it, too, and it's just too hard to adjust.
Michael, as you noted, Schlittler demands excellence out of himself every time he is out there. If he doesn't get it, he is frustrated, and he was exactly that when I spoke to him in the clubhouse after the last one. I asked him specifically about those walks, and he said, there is just no excuse for that. I need to figure it out. He's not known as a guy that walks guys. He typically has unbelievable control. When I spoke to Matt Blake about it, he said he felt like he was maybe just falling off the mound a little bit at times, and St. Louis Cardinals had a good approach. The combination of the two of those things perhaps made him get a little bit flustered on the mound, and that was the result that we saw. But all in all, Schlittler has been tremendous this year, guys, and so far he has figured it out against the Braves.
And a 1-2 count now on Dominic Smith. 1 strike away from striking out the side.
You calling it?
No.
You know?
Nope. You?
Just throwing it out there.
Just throwing it out there. Possibility. Still 1-2. Yastrzemski on deck. Called it.
See that?
There you go.
I was going to say, a high fastball after the curveball on the carry. Right on point today, guys. Let's go to break, though.
Welcome back. Yankees and Braves scoreless as we head to the bottom of the second. It is going to be Luis Garcia Jr. that leads things off for the Yankees in this inning. But guys, first, let's go back to the first game of this series where he made an unbelievable defensive play. Here it is. Tough one going out to the outfield over his shoulder, making it happen, making sure the Braves don't score. The Yankees went on, as we know, to win that game. When I spoke to Aaron Boone after the game, he said he didn't think there was any way Garcia Jr. was going to get there. When I spoke to Luis, he said that is a difficult play because not only are you running trying to find the ball, but it's coming over your shoulder. It's hard to locate. The fact that he was able to pull it in made him certainly excited that he played a role in that game. But guys, also at first base, he has looked very good for the Yankees so far in the few games he has played for them.
He really has. He's made nice plays. He started double plays, 3-6-3. So far so good at first.
Yeah, the defense been fun to watch this whole homestand. Even the games that you lost, there were some tremendous defensive plays, and that is, if that stays the way it is, it's only going to help this great pitching staff that much more.
Now you talk about defense, right? Paul, 9 of the last 11 games that the Yankees have played have been decided by 1 or 2 runs, and they've won 6 of 9 of them. So the offense is not up to what they want it to be. The pitching has been great, so you have to hold the other team to 27 outs. You have to make the plays, so it's an important part of winning those close games.
And if you'll notice what's happened also, it's not only the 27 outs, it's turning the double plays that you should turn and things like that. And, you know, getting an out in the extra inning game on the ball in the hole instead of, you know, having nobody out. You had an out and the runner was not moved over. So, you know, you give the pitcher the ability to get out of those innings without giving up runs.
That one gets by. Drake Baldwin. And the count is full at 3-2. These are the standings. Rays have won 5 in a row and 14 of the last 18. Red Sox finally lost yesterday, so the Yankees pick up a game in the loss column. They remain in second place, but 5 games behind the Rays in the loss column. Hit sharply. Oh, nice play on the backhand by Albies. 1 away.
That was an absolute rocket. That's not a way to start the day as a hitter. You just hit an absolute missile. Kind of a short hop to Albies just makes it look easy, but believe me, that play is hard because of just the speed of the ball.
112.5.
Yeah, that's a rocket.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. swings and misses. He took a seat yesterday against the left-hander Sale. And Jazz has struggled of late. 3 for his last 31. That's 097.
Well, there's subtle ways to tell players, you got to pick it up a little bit. And if you look what happened with him getting pinch hit for the night before and then a day off, it's, every once in a while kind of nudges you to the point like, I got to get things going here. I just don't have a job if I continue to play this way.
That one is looped into right field. It dunks in for a base hit in front of Acuna. So Jazz Chisholm Jr. with a one-out single here in the second.
Well, after a day off, that's a way to start it off. And this is where I get excited when Jazz Chisholm gets on base because he has the ability to steal bases. And now the Atlanta Braves have had all kind of trouble trying to throw out runners this year. So a good opportunity for the Yankees to try to get things in motion. Ball actually jams him, but he stays through it. A little looper to right.
All right, so Jazz has 30 stolen bases. Baldwin in his career has only thrown out 14.3% of base stealers. That one's chopped to short. The throw to first just got Jones. Hustling down the line, moving to second is Jazz.
Well, the good thing is Jazz, your really good speed stays on at second base. And also, if you'll notice, Spencer Jones moves a lot faster than you think he would. I saw him on that triple yesterday. That was pretty close. I didn't realize it was that close.
Well, we've said it before. He is considered, just by sprint speed, the fastest Yankee.
And a lot of that is based on, sprint speed, but, how quick do you get to that speed? And when you're that big, sometimes it takes a while. It gets going pretty good.
Here's George Lombard Jr. Ground ball, shortstop. Jarvis gets him, and that'll do it. No runs a hit. Now 1 man left on base. We played 2 at the stadium. Nothing on yes. It's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Today's picture is of the Eliza, Giuliano, Jack, Bo, Victoria, and Cece family showing off their Yankee fandom. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride and mention yes in pictures posted to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers. We might spotlight you in a future game. We go to the third inning, 0-0. 5 strikeouts out of the 6 outs for Schlittler. And the pitch to Yastrzemski is upstairs as we start the third. 6 up, 6 down.
Michael, there's just certain names that just translate into one thing. Yastrzemski, it's a baseball name. You can have stars in every other sport, but that name right there, it's Carl Yastrzemski.
Right. Signed a 2-year, $23 million deal with the Braves in December. Team option for 2028. 35 years old. 8th big league season. Grandson of the Hall of Famer Carl Yastrzemski. 4th grandfather-grandson duo to both have 100 homers in the big leagues. Line down the right field line. That's a base hit. Jones digs it out, and Yastrzemski will get the second with a leadoff double. First base runner against Cam Schlittler.
Yeah, Yastrzemski only plays usually against righties. I mean, it's a good matchup, kind of a platoon player, but this breaking ball right here, not a lot of bite, just kind of stays on the inside corner. That's why he was able to really just get out and pull this ball right down the line.
Now, I know you were wondering the other grandson-grandfather combos with 100 homers or more. Aaron and Ray Boone, Brett and Ray Boone, and David and Gus Bell. Popped up on the right side. Garcia backs up, and he makes the play in foul territory for out number 1.
know, simple play, you think, but, you know, if you turn your back or turn your side there, you give Yastrzemski an opportunity to possibly tag. So it's good to stay square there as you're backpedaling to keep the play in front of you. And Michael, it was so funny because you saw the highlights on the board of the Old Timers Day yesterday, right? And when they announced Bucky Dent, obviously it was the home run. And I just happened to notice the reaction of Carl Yastrzemski out in left field. It almost like took a knee, just could not believe when it went over the left field wall. Huh?
It almost looked like his legs buckled.
Yeah, it's just in unbelief. I mean, Bucky Dent hadn't hit a home run in like 2 months, and he hit that huge one there.
Not only did Bucky Dent get a huge home run there, but he got a permanent middle name in Boston.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Not one that you want to carry with your grandkids.
Aaron Boone has the same one. In the center field, Grisham is there to make the play.
Deep to left. Yastrzemski will not get its home run.
High fly ball, right field. Yastrzemski will not get it. It's a home run for George Lombard Jr. And the Yankees lead 4-2.
Off the cuff. That was an impressive call, right?
Listen,
did you get lucky?
I thought about it a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, because I knew Yastrzemski was be playing. It's Old Timers Day. Bucky was in the house, so I said, well, if there's a fly ball right, maybe.
So you got your mind. When I'm on the dig and coming to the ballpark, I'm just, you know, who's pitching today? I got to figure that out. I don't get that in depth, so that's why you're so much better.
That's why I don't sleep. Baldwin fouls it away. Runner at second, 2 men out, here in the third. High fly ball. Ramos drifts back. Does he see it? Yes, he does.
I think Schlittler was saying the same thing. He kind of was holding off before he head to the bullpen. Good job of getting out of that inning after getting a leadoff double.
The Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Amazon. Spend less on your kids for back to school. By your local Tri-State Genesis retailers. Learn more at genesis.com. And by the New York Lottery. Play today and start imagining your win. That pool looks pretty good right now. Ryan McMahon will lead off the bottom of the third. Let's check out one of today's player props brought to you by Bet365, where winning is everything. Ryan hit one or more home run. The odds are plus 525. McMahon, Wells, and Grisham here in the third against Grant Holmes. McMahon's been heating up. Last 6 games, 6 for 17. Double a home run, 2 ribbies. Down the right field line, but
you know, back to that call, Michael, that was Bill White, the main call. You grew up with, and he was part of the Hall of Fame induction.
Got the Buck O'Neill Award.
Yeah.
Bill White was, I think, an underrated broadcast. He was so good on big calls and, you know, such a part of great Yankee moments with Phil Rizzuto and Frank Messer. So that call was simplistic, but perfect.
Right.
Yastrzemski will not get it. With the 64 world champion Cardinals, 8-time All-Star, 7-time Gold Glove winner. With the Yankees as a broadcaster, 71 to 88. He and Rizzuto were such a great duo in that booth. So 1-2 on McMahon. Hernandez been very patient at the plate of late, working the count.
We talked about a week ago how his hands are a little bit not wrapping as much, and so he's much quicker to the ball, which, believe it or not, it gives you a lot more time to make your decision whether you're swinging. You just feel like you're not rushed as much, and you only have a half a second from the ball to release. And if you complicate things by wrapping or moving a little bit, it even comes quicker.
And he worked the walk. Yankees have the leadoff batter on here in the third. Now here's Austin Wells to tell you how much the game has changed. This is Wells' 7th straight start behind the plate. That's the longest streak for a Yankee catcher since 2019 when Gary Sanchez actually did 9 in a row.
You know what? I don't think that Marty Brennaman and Joe Nuxhall in Cincinnati was saying that about Johnny Bench.
No.
What do you think? Huh?
No. Or Mel Allen about Yogi Berra.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Yogi used to always catch both ends of a doubleheader. Last 13 games for Wells, 10 hits and 33 at-bats. That's .303. So many rumors about the Yankees trying to acquire catchers. They weren't able to do it at the trade deadline, and you wonder, does that take a lot of pressure off of Wells? Now he knows, okay, I'm the catcher. But we've also seen, Paul, he's a better hitter than what he's shown.
Well, you can't match the numbers with the swing. You really just can't make that up. I mean, he covers the plate. I think he gets caught guessing once in a while, which you just saw that fastball right down the middle. And that's just, in my mind, kind of cluttering your mind thinking about too many pitches.
Jarvis will step on the bag for one. There's a double play. So here's Trent Grisham, grounded out to second in the first inning. And he's 1 for 8 in this series so far. One and 0. High fly ball, right center field. Harris on the track, at the wall, and he reaches up to make the play for the final out of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. He knew exactly where he was, where the wall was, and the ball was in his glove. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees, and by Delta, the official airline of the New York Yankees. Delta, keep climbing. Acuna Jr. leads off against Cam Slittler. First pitch up and away, 1-0.
One guy, if you're an Atlanta Braves fan, one guy, I mean, not the importance of Aaron Judge, but a huge part of their offense, and he's had so many injuries. A couple home runs the other night. Unbelievable at bat yesterday. 11 pitch at bat, ends up on a home run. Ex-MVP, so you need to get him going offensively to be part of this offense. Olsen's, kind of carried the torch as far as, run production while he's been out.
Lombard. One away. Check out some leaders brought to you by your local Tri-State Buick dealers. Most starts allowing 3 runs or fewer in the majors this season. The Nationals' Cade Cavalli leads with 21. Then Schlittler has 20, tied with the guy he's facing, Holmes, with 20. 4 others also 20 such starts.
A lot of stats, I'm like, yeah, whatever. It really doesn't add up. Though that's a good stat. I mean, pitchers that give you a chance, 3 runs or less, give you a chance to win every time they take the ball. That's an impressive stat.
Olsen fouls it away. We're in the 4th inning, 0-0, Yankees and the Braves. The Braves have always struggled against the Yankees, so when interleague play began in 1997, since then the Braves are 22-31 against the Yankees. That's their worst record against any team in the American League.
I always look back at, the success over the Atlanta Braves. And, they had Hall of Famers from the manager through the pitching staff to the players. But I always felt like our pitching, unlike other organizations, matched up with their pitching. And so sooner or later, our offense was a little bit better, and our pitching was as good or better than theirs. And they're just not used to playing that type of baseball.
1-2 on Olsen, who struck out in the first inning. Swing and a miss, and that's the 6th strikeout for Cam Schlittler.
Oh, I'm getting out of the way, Michael. That's a big strikeout for Audi. You know that?
You know that, right? Well, I'll read it. The 6th Yankee strikeout brought to you by your local Tri-State Audi dealers.
Yeah, going back to, the 90s and 2000, Michael, as you watch just another fastball by Olsen. You go into the series and you're facing Maddox, Glavine, Smoltz. All right, great. We got Clemens and, Duque and Wells and Cone. But then we had that guy named Mariano at the end of the game. And they just, they had Mark Wohlers, who was, gave up the infamous home run to Leyritz. But they just could not match up in the bullpen, I don't think, with the Yankees.
I think that was the difference.
Mm-hmm.
2-0 on Harris, who struck out in the 2nd. 2 outs, 4th inning. Nothing game. Each team with 1 hit. Three and 0. Taken all the way, and it's 3-1. And the count is full.
So you got a good fastball, Michael. 3-0-3-1. You're able to, in a fastball count, throw it by a good, solid hitter. And that ball right there, bet at 100 with a lot of life.
Swing and a miss. 99. 7 strikeouts in 4 innings for Cam Schlittler. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Well, play FanDuel's daily dingle for free every day for a chance at a profit boost if your selected player hits a home run. And here are the featured home run odds for today's players. Ben Rice, plus 340. Elliot Ramos, plus 500. Rice leads it off. 0-1. Now, if the Braves had added a high-end starting pitcher at the trade deadline, as they tried to do, probably would have been Holmes going to the bullpen. But after the trade deadline, he came through with 6 shutout innings to beat the Marlins on Tuesday.
Scooble's name was mentioned, and especially Jacob deGrom.
Mm-hmm.
Where he had the no trade clause you went over yesterday, that just was not willing to give it up.
Now, Walt Weiss, the manager of the Braves, said about Holmes knowing that he would probably gone to the bullpen. He said, players will take that stuff personally, and that's okay. I always say to players, find something that puts a chip on your shoulder. I don't care what it is, but you're going to need that in this league. And Holmes said, you can use it for motivation, but I try not to because sometimes it can get you in trouble and make you try to do too much.
You see both points. I mean,
down the right field line, hooking, foul.
It's the worst thing you can hear an announcer say, Michael, as a hitter. Hooking,
yeah,
foul.
Worst thing a hitter could see.
Yeah. But yeah, back to your point, I can see that sometimes I always love to have some reason to try to, outcompete somebody. But yeah, sometimes you're right. It can go overboard, and when you try too hard in baseball, it's the weirdest thing. It usually backfires.
Joe Girardi told the story when we were in Chicago. He said that when he was in the minor leagues, I think that his manager was Jim Essien. And he said that Jim Essien and the minors would make stuff up. He'd go to Joe and go, you know what this guy said about you? He said there was no internet for me to check it out. He said, so it would tick me off.
I'll never forget. I was in California.
High fly ball, right center. Acuna will put it away. Hey, this MLB season, get a Baja for a blast. When a home run clears 420 feet, you can score a free 20-ounce Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Register now at BajaBlastHomeRuns.com to unlock the offer.
Getting called into Buck Showalter's office, Buck Showalter, right when I got here, was young, and actually telling me, some of the press there have come up to me and want to know if, you're giving it just some generic term, giving it all, playing it. And it really frustrated me. And to this day, I know it wasn't true. He made it up, fabricated it. But you know what? Yeah, it was a way of trying to get something across by not calling you out himself,
That's interesting.
Yeah. He actually named a couple writers. And I know that now that I look back, it wasn't true. But at the time, you stormed out of the office and it's like, I'm going to show them, right?
And you did.
Yeah.
You did show those imaginary writers. Right field, Acuna Jr. puts it away.
Well, there have been some balls hit hard. Garcia Jr. hit a rocket earlier. This ball hit well, too. You just got to keep swinging it. I mean, this is a guy in Holmes that is not going to strike out a lot of batters, below the major league average. A lot of sliders. They'll continue to hit the ball. They'll start falling.
On Garcia. Two and one. Yankees 66 and 51. The Braves are 70 and 47. Popped up. Riley coming over Jarvis. Riley will make the play, fighting the sun. And the Yankees go down in order, 1, 2, 3. We go to the fifth. Time for the Allstate Good Hands replay. And let's take a look at Ozzie Albies.
Yeah, this was an absolute rocket. You see, he does, gets down low, never really changes his eye level, and the glove kind of stays still. You're not jabbing at it or getting out of it. You get out of the way, but clearly saw that ball in the glove.
Years of working with the great Ron Washington. Those are some of the drills that Ron Washington used to stress when with the Braves. 1-0 on Albies. He struck out in the second. 7 strikeouts, no walks for Slittler. Slitler's been economical. First inning, 12 pitches. Second inning, 13. Third inning, 10. Last inning, 13.
Well, this is one that Wells would want back. I mean, it's just every day I look at Wells just getting beat up. I mean, this is a sinker chopped down right off the knee guard, which still hurts. And Dan Molino really giving him a lot of time, having a nice long conversation with Slittler and
The purpose of that is to give Wells some time to recover.
He hadn't challenged him yet today, so they're still it's good behavior back there right now.
Let's take a look at the strikeout that Slittler has run up. StatCast 3D by Google Cloud.
Yeah, most of these, as this count has happened, is when he has thrown a curveball early in the count, and then he's put guys away with the fastball.
The 1-2. High fly ball, right field. Spencer Jones. One down. Check out today's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Carlos Rodon expected to have at least one more rehab start. Then we can see him up here. Clark Schmidt has resumed playing catch. Remember, he was pitching to some batters, and he had his forearm starting to cramp. Got a little nervous, so they shut him down for a day, but he's good. And we'll see the next step for him. Here's Dominic Smith. Before the game, Cody Bellinger working in the outfield.
And Michael actually spoke to Cody Bellinger yesterday. He said he's doing just about everything with the exception of running the bases. He continues to kind of ramp up the running speed in the outfield. He's been doing some agility drills. He said his hamstring doesn't bother him at all when he is in the batter's box. He's been taking swings in the cage, but moving along, still not ready to come back. He said about 2 weeks. The timeline originally was about 4 to 6 weeks.
Yankees can use him. They can use Stanton. They certainly can use Judge. 0-2 on Smith. Struck out in the second.
Bellinger yesterday, so I had asked Clay, you get nervous, you watch every game. He said, yeah. And so I saw Bellinger walk out. I said, you nervous about your father? He said, yeah, I don't want him to get hurt. He's like, yeah, look at me. Here I am on the IL, worried about my dad getting hurt.
Well, Paul, it's funny you say that because Clay told me he walked onto the field and almost immediately after he felt like he tweaked his hip a little bit. And Cody was just laughing at him like, really? Come on, don't do anything stupid out there. He made it through, though, and there's a good look at his son, Cody Bellinger, who has played such a tremendous left field for the Yankees this season.
Well, another good fastball right by you. Ken Slittler, really, you talk about a bounce back. I mean, last time out, unusual start, we went over. Only 3 innings, 5 walks. Today, really has mixed that curveball in well. An overpowering fastball, all 3 of them, the cutter, the sinker, and the 4-seamer.
At this point, it looks like, barring unforeseen circumstances, it's going to be between Slittler and Cease for the Cy Young. Still a lot of time to go. A little under 2 months.
Yeah, a lot of starts, and a lot of big starts coming up for Ken Slittler too. We've talked about the biggest. Every game's big right now because you're chasing teams, you're trying to stay in it, but you look forward to the 4 games with Boston and the 4 games with Tampa Bay, and the whole month of September seems to set up to be exciting playoff run baseball.
That ERA list, all of those guys will have votes in the Cy Young. Sonny Gray's been unbelievable. Messick's been unbelievable. Rasmussen with the Rays has been terrific. So it's going to be a good race. But right now, 2 outs in the 5th inning. And Slittler's ERA is 2.18.
Uh-oh, I took our camera out there, Michael.
It's okay now.
He's shaking his head, though.
High fly ball. Deep left center, backing up Grisham. Still back on the track. He makes the play for the final out. 1-2-3 inning for Slittler and the Yankees. We're halfway through. It's 0-0. Time to name that Yankee, brought to you by Prevagen, made for your brain. This is a 10, Paul, so we probably have no shot. 105 games played, 1 home run, an average of 242. So he played with the Yankees in 72 and 73.
All right, Michael, I'm going to tell you right, I got no clue.
All right. Let me think about it. I mean, that's my wheelhouse when I first started loving the Yanks. Grounded to first base. I'm told I got it. And the clue is a third baseman with a lot of flair. You're still not going to get it.
I'm not trying. I mean, we're a team up here. You already took care of it.
That's right. You tapped out. Here's Spencer Jones. Now, if you're a Yankee fan of a certain age, when this guy came up, you felt, okay, third base is solved for the next decade. And then
He had 1 home run in 100 games. Huh?
Well, we were wrong.
Man,
but then they went and got Greg Nettles.
But then he did have a lot of flair.
Yeah.
Though, right? Wow. Must have been a long home run, huh?
Terrifically long. 1-2 on Jones. It is surprising to me he only has 1 home run. Had a great arm. One-two. Back then, the Yankees were trying for third baseman. They made a trade with the White Sox, and they got Rich McKinney, and that didn't work out at all. And then finally, the trade with Cleveland for Greg Nettles. That solved it. 2-2. Three and two. Another good eye and bat there for Spencer Jones as he works a walk. That'll bring up George Lombard Jr. Cooking up something special with Hexclad. Join the hybrid revolution at hexclad.com. Down on the farm, Anthony Volpe started second base last night at AAA. That's the first time. Jason Dominguez 2 for 8 with a home run last 2 games at AAA. And Dax Kilby, former #1 or first-round draft pick, shortstop, 11 RBIs, 830 OPS last 11 games at single A. And with Lombard up in the big leagues, Kilby is now considered #1 prospect. You know, Meredith talked to Aaron Boone about this when we opened the show. Yankees have a lot to be proud of with their farm system. I mean, Ben Rice is an MVP candidate, Yankee draft pick. Cam Slittler dealing, Cy Young candidate, Yankee draft pick. Aaron Judge, 3 MVPs, last 2 in a row, Yankee draft pick. Austin Wells, your starting catcher, Yankee draft pick. Lombard, I mean, teams have to produce out of the farm system. You can't trade and sign everybody.
You know, and the Yankees were always known as going out, getting the big free agents, the big trades. But even to get those big trades, you're seeing now you have to have good prospects to bring in quality people.
Line and caught there by Olsen. He'll turn it into a double play. So Lombard hit it well, but right at Olsen, and that'll do it in the 5th. 5 innings in the books here in the Bronx. Yankees nothing, Braves nothing. Thank you for spending Sunday with us on Yes.
Bob Lorenz with your Audi update. A's and Red Sox today tied at 1 in the 4th, right after a Tyler Soderstrom triple. Tommy White grounds to short. The runner would score, so the A's leading the Red Sox 2-1. They're in the 5th inning. The Athletics trying to end Boston's string of 9 straight series wins. Michael, let's get it back to you.
Well, thank you, Bob. Going around the majors, Jake McCarthy, 8th player since 1900 with 2 or more home runs and 2 or more stolen bases in a 4-hit game. Sandy Alcantara has been dealing. And you see the Seattle Mariners there, 3-game losing streak. They're 5-12 in their last 17 games, and they had a little bit of a an issue with the umpires yesterday where Julio Rodriguez called for a challenge, an ABS challenge. Tapped his helmet. Umpire said he didn't see it. Dan Wilson went nuts, came out, got thrown out.
I did see Dan Wilson get thrown out. That's not his temperament either. I played with him in Cincinnati, but you know what? When things like that happen, it kind of gets under your skin.
2-1 on Austin Riley.
Riley yesterday with Cole's fastball and Bednar's fastball late in the game had a tough time up in the strike zone catching up to it.
High pop-up, way up there. Wells battling the sun and makes the play.
Yeah, these are big outs. I mean, you're in the sixth. You get to a 3-1 count on a guy that's been hot hitting home runs, especially leading off the inning. Those are big outs. Schlittler top of the sixth, 65 pitches. I mean, that's
we'll take it.
It's about as good as it gets. As many strikeouts as he's had.
Now you look at the 3 starters the Yankees sent out against the Braves. Fried, outstanding. Cole, outstanding yesterday. To this point, Schlittler, outstanding. Weathers has been great his last couple of starts, and Will Warren always gives you a solid effort.
Yeah, it's kind of a dream playoff series starting rotation. I mean, you're looking at Cole, Fried, Schlittler. I mean, you could flip a coin on any of them going into a series. All of them can shut somebody down.
Off the end of the bat foul.
I mean, that to me right there, the 99 miles an hour sinker just running away, and nothing you could do other than just, you know, kind of hack at it and hope you don't roll over it, try to hit a foul.
Tipped into the glove of Wells, 2 away.
Again, fastball in, fastball away, and now a cutter, actually probably trying to get it inside, that it ends up in the strike zone, but still, a lot of times when you throw that cutter, it takes a little velocity off of it. Not for Schlittler, still up in the upper 90s.
9 strikeouts today, all of them coming on fastballs. Here's Baldwin. Popped up on the left side. Who's going to get it? It'll be McMahon, another economical 1-2-3 inning. He has retired 12 in a row. Time to name that Yankee. These are the clues. Played for the Yankees in 72 and 73. And the answer is Celerino Sanchez. Now let me explain Celerino Sanchez, because we dug down in the vault, couldn't find anything. Could not find any video. Traded to the Yankees in December of 71 from the Mexico City Tigers, elected to the Mexican Professional Baseball Hall of Fame in 1994. He played third base. He had really quick hands, but he didn't always catch the ball. He would knock it down, and then he had this unbelievable arm, and he would just fire to first base. So he was exciting at third, but never really lived up to the advanced height. But for a while there, we thought that he was the answer. Now, Bob Papa, longtime radio voice, play-by-play of the New York Giants, big Yankee fan,
right.
He texted and he reminded me, wore number 10. I didn't remember that either. So Yankees of a certain age know who Celerino Sanchez is.
Unbelievable. You start going through the number 10. I was talking to Chris Chambliss yesterday, talking about that home run. That's been 50 years since he hit that huge home run. Took the Yankees off.
So hit the home run against Mark Littell.
Yeah.
And it was not a no-doubter.
No, a line drive.
And it just cleared, I think it was Hal McRae out there. And we always talk about this in broadcasting circles about steppage, where the analyst will step on the play-by-play guy's call just out of excitement. And if you listen to that call, Keith Jackson was the play-by-play guy. Right. And Howard Cosell didn't step on it. He trampled it. Absolutely. And he said, it's gone. And it still wasn't gone. But what a moment for the Yankees. They had not been in the World Series since '64. Ground ball second base, backhanded by Albies. Nice play by him to get McMahon.
Yeah, I was talking to Chris Chambliss about that yesterday because we were kind of joking 50 years. But I said, it's amazing. You can remember certain times, certain hits. He said, I can still, smell the air, feel the thing. And I said, how about the forearm shiver you gave the fans? He said, I can remember that too. Coming into home plate, the fans were, rushing the field. And he absolutely blitzed somebody. And the backstory to that, he had to get off the field because people just, they went crazy. And he never touched home plate. Oh, I didn't know that.
So they got him in the clubhouse like an hour or so later after the field had been cleared, and they brought him out.
There's no time constraint, huh?
I guess. There's a base hit for Wells. They brought him out to touch home plate, but here's the kicker ball. And the crowd that came out, they dug home plate out, and they stole it. So he had to step in an empty hole to make it official.
Now, the story just got better. That's a pretty good story to start with, but it just got better.
So Wells picks up a base hit, 1-on-1 out.
So somebody's got that plate somewhere, somehow.
Somewhere, yep.
As we go on with these unbelievable stories, you're watching a well-pitched game, but the Yankees, there's another hit, and finally they're starting to fall. You got an opportunity here to score some runs. You've got to get Schlettler. Rojas is going to hold him up. And the ball was bobbled out in the right field. Yastrzemski could not, Cunha could not come up with it. Yankees set up here, though, with Ben Rice swinging the bat much better.
There wasn't a clean carom, and then he bobbled, but Rojas did hold up well. He does have great speeds. He's pretty good for a catcher.
Yeah, I mean, this is where, as a runner, you don't want to assume anything, but, he pretty much got there. It just sounded like he was coasting in the third. Yeah, the ball kind of hit the wall, then up and hit the padding.
Jeremy Hefner comes out. You don't want to mess with Acuna because he has one of the great arms in the sport. There was a series, I think it might have been last year or 2 years ago, where he made a throw against the Yankees from, he got Yorby Vivas going to third base from the warning track in right field on a fly. It was amazing.
Well, you wonder if they'll even, give Ben Rice anything to hit here. I mean, he's been swinging the bat up much better. He's been the big power RBI guy for the Yankees all year. Ramos on deck.
Infield is in. Line to right field. Coming on Acuna. He makes the play. Wells tags, but he'll stay right there as the throw comes in on one hop.
Well, that's unbelievably on point there, Michael. I mean, you can't ask for a better ball to throw on as a right fielder. You're coming towards the target. You got a great jump on the ball. All your weight's going, and he just threw an absolute rocket to home plate. Actually, threw it so hard it took him off his feet. So, a bad break for the Yankees. Good break for the Braves.
All right, so the infield backs up now. Here's Ramos. His chance to get a real big Yankee hit here. He's 0 for 2 and 2 for 15 since joining the Yanks. And there's a strike. In the bottom of the 6th inning, a pitcher's duel. 3 hits for the Yankees, 1 hit for Atlanta. Yankees trying for a sweep.
They've hit some balls. I mean, if it was a fight, they'd win on points because they've hit the ball pretty hard today. And a lot of them have not gone through.
The best arm in the outfield is Acuna. Some caution with Harris and Yastrzemski. Balls at third. Grisham at second. Outside. And the count 1-2 on Elliot Ramos, who struck out and a fly ball right.
We got left-hander Dodd up in the bullpen with Garcia on deck. So if he gets behind here.
And Ramos strikes out, so the Yankees cannot cash in on a real opportunity. 2 hits, they leave 2. We go to the 7th. Coming off a bad start, Schlittler determined, locked and loaded, wanting to make up for it. And so far he has a blistering fastball in triple digits. And he's keeping the Braves swinging and missing, one after the other, racking up strikeouts, putting up zeros, and doing it economically and expertly. As we go to the 7th inning, Schlittler's allowed just 1 hit. He has not walked a batter, and he has struck out 9. The only hit, the double down the right field line by Mike Yastrzemski, leading off the 3rd. Otherwise, he's been perfect.
Yeah, the only problem is Holmes has almost been perfect too, and he's had some luck in his pocket. The Yankees have hit some balls hard, but you know, the play that Acuna Jr. made, I mean, Rojas, that ball with a lot of right fielders, you'll take a chance, and there's just no way with his arm. He made a phenomenal throw.
There's Acuna. Pitch upstairs, 1-0. I mean, the pitch got 70.
Yeah, and you've seen a lot of swing and misses too, so he hasn't had a lot of long counts. A lot of times when you have that many strikeouts, I mean, you get up in the pitch count. Again, it comes down to, big plays. This ball off the bat, you think, he might have a shot, but everything that comes together, Rojas knows. I mean, any ball in between to Acuna, you can't take a chance. He just has probably the best outfield arm in the National League.
And really, Paul, the only chance you take is on the double.
Yeah.
That you can't, there's no way you score on the right line drive.
Right.
The 3-1. And there's a strike as Acuna taking off his shin guard.
Yeah, surprised he didn't double tap there and check that. That ball looked up and in. I don't know if this got the strike zone or not. And this is a big pitch. No, that was a ball. And, Acuna has speed.
High pop-up. Out of play. By the way, Paul, the Acuna throw on the line drive by Rice, 100.1 miles per hour.
Yeah, he's got some kind of arm, and you could tell it was accurate, too. It was right on the money.
It's a sun-baked crowd of 42,533 here on a Sunday afternoon in the Bronx.
These are good swings, and you almost saw Acuna lose his balance out there. He's had some hamstring issues. You just wonder if this thing is kind of barking a little bit.
You take a look at Acuna. The protection is moving up. He's got a guard now on his knee. I mean, he's starting to look like the Terminator. I mean, he's got a guard everywhere.
You can see everything, too. It's like fluorescent yellow.
Yep. I'd put it everywhere. Why not?
If you look back at Barry Bonds, he was really the first guy to just hang on over the plate with an elbow guard. He had no fear of being hit. A great job by Schlittler. Good at bat, but finally looked like a two-seamer, just a perfect pitch running under the hands. Yeah, just dialing it up, running under his hands, and that's one thing that he is able to do is keep the velocity. See how tied up he is, try to pull those hands in. Keep the velocity on the sinker, the cutter, and the four-seamer. That's just a gift.
There are some strikeouts that resonate more than others. That was a big-time at-bat.
Well, I mean, he had that at-bat yesterday, 11 pitches fouled up on. They finally squared one up into the stand. So, you have to know that. But you can't walk him. Then you have no wiggle room for Olsen. And Acuna runs the bases and Castillo. So, in a 0-0 game now, you're in the 7th inning. Every single pitch kind of leads to, what situation you're going to put yourself into.
Right field, On the run is Jones, and that ball's gone. A bullet into the seats and right by Matt Olson. And the Braves are on the board. It is 1-0 Atlanta.
Well, they've had so much success against Olson, just throwing hard stuff by him. He finally caught up to one. And, you know, we talked about his resume. I mean, he is a good, great, not good, he's great. Great fielder, unbelievable power. 7 home runs in his last 12 games. And he's the guy that carries this offense right now. He finally caught up to a Cam Sutler fastball.
There's Michael Harris. And that's going to be challenged by...
Previous pitch is a ball. The catcher has challenged.
ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. He gets it right.
Pitch is a strike. New York retains.
He's had a great series. I mean, and that's it's about as close as it gets right there. You can't even feel bad if you're an umpire right there.
Swings the leverage, now 0-1.
But you watch here, and this ball is just down out over the plate, which allows those long arms to be extended. He is just a solid player that can do a lot of things. That wasn't the first row either. I mean, it had plenty of distance, and that was a line drive just right off the barrel of the bat.
You know, we've talked about this a lot with the Yankee offense. As stagnant as it's been, it puts so much pressure on pitchers to be perfect. I mean, it shouldn't be that Schlittler's throwing a gem and one guy tags him and all of a sudden you're trailing.
Yeah, you're kind of holding on to your life mid-game. You realize, you know, we got no run. But today, to me, the Yankees have put the ball in play. They've had some bad luck. Now, there are some games where we look back where, you know, they just didn't have any opportunities. Today, they've had a couple, and it just hasn't worked out.
Well, this inning, they're certainly fouling more pitches off.
Got to realize early in the game, I loved him mixing in the curveball early in the count, which kind of sets up everything. And he's had so much success with his fastball that he's kind of gotten away from even showing that curveball.
Fly ball left field. Ramos backs up on the track, and he makes the play up against the cannon side. 2 away.
Right, this is what you hope you see. Ramos looked a lot more comfortable going back on this ball, and maybe, you know, he just needed a few days, you know, to get used to Yankee Stadium, feeling comfortable out there in left field. Because he made that play look a lot easier than the plays before that have been right over his head.
So with Albies due up, this is the hardest working inning for Schlittler as he's thrown 19, still has an out to go, and Matt Blake goes out and talks with the young right-hander. This might be to give him a little bit of a blow, too. A longer inning than he's had. Pitch count up to 88. Kervin Castro warming up. Albies 0 for 2 against Schlittler. He wants a new baseball.
Did you notice how many balls Cole threw out yesterday?
A lot.
That's throwing 10 or 12 balls out. Just, you know, we were talking about not everyone's the same. Must have been a bad dozen.
0-2 on Ozzie Albies. Chop over the mound, charging Jazz Chisholm. He bobbled and throws the ball away into the Yankee dugout, so Albies will go to second. Once he bobbled, Paul, that was it.
Yeah, there was no reason to really get rid of this ball. Albies has such good speed, and it was a chopper where it was kind of a do or die, and you see he doesn't come up with it, just eat it. Keep him at first base. He ended up throwing a palm ball and just launched it. Unfortunately, it went right in the area where it goes into the dugout. Did not hit the screen.
It's the hand's fault.
Yeah, you look at that hand every once, you're so natural at grabbing the ball, getting into the two-seamer. He just bobbled it and ended up throwing a palm ball.
First error of the game for either team. It's a single and an E4 allowing him to move to second. There's Dominic Smith. One 0. On Smith. One, two. Tipped into the glove. A strikeout of Smith. The 11th strikeout of the game for Schlittler. But the Braves finally break through. The Olsen home run has given them a 1-0 lead after 6.5. Time for the 7th inning stretch. Atlanta won the Yankees nothing, but we'll stay right here as we honor America in the Bronx.
Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Will you rise and remove your caps as the New York Yankees are honoring as their veteran of the game, United States Navy radio man Salvatore Vitale from Valley Stream, New York, who served in World War II. The Yankees say thank you, Salvatore, for your sacrifice and for your service to our nation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in singing along with Robert Merrill's rendition of God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above, from the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Time for your Ford Studio update. Bob and Adam with you, and great pitching throughout this afternoon, despite that one pitch from Schlittler to Matt Olson.
Yeah, all it takes is one little mistake. Fell behind 2-0 through a predictable pitch and a predictable count. 1-0 Braves, but the Yankees have been finding a way to get it done. They'll look to do that again. 9 outs to go.
Yeah, remember what happened in Game 1 of this series? They were down. They rallied in the 9th, took it to the 10th, won that one 3-2. So 3 hits for the offense. They got to get it going. We'll see if they can do that. We will see you with Todd Frazier on the postgame. Michael, back to you.
Thanks, guys. Let's check out today's Augusto game recap. Each team with 3 hits. The Olsen home run is the difference in the game right now. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Luis Garcia Jr. in there against a new pitcher for the Braves. Pitch is low. It is Dodd, Dylan Dodd. So a strong 6 innings for Holmes.
Michael, we've talked about the close games and how the Yankees needed to clean things up and how much has changed since Lombard has come to man shortstop. Jazz Chisholm's error last inning, it didn't cause Schlittler got out of it, but that broke 9 consecutive games without an error.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing. That's a big step forward for the Yankees.
1-1 on Garcia. And there's a high fly ball. Harris calls off Yastrzemski. 1 away. Help America's Heroes. Donate $11 a month and amplify your impact with a car or land donation. Go to t2t.org. So here's Jazz Chisholm. He singled in the 2nd inning, grounded to first in the 5th. One and 0. You have Spencer Jones on deck. Your righties on the bench: Rosario, Sanchez, Goldschmidt, and Caballero. Two 2-0 on Chisholm. Loved to work his way on and then put his 30 stolen bases to use. Been really cold his last 10 games, as you could see. And he walked him. Come out to Yankee Stadium this Tuesday, August 11th, when the Yankees take on the Mariners. It's K-pop Demon Hunters Night. The first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a roomy Yankees bobblehead. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today, Yankees.com.
Well, Dylan Dodd is, he's got good numbers. He looks like a tough lefty, but Jazz obviously good wheels. But this is a good spot for him to come in. You have Jazz, and now you've got Spencer Jones. So the Yankees very susceptible now with Judge, Stanton. We go over it time and time again, but 7 lefties in the lineup.
That's a strike. Well, Jones has actually done quite well in a short sample size against left-handed pitching.
Well, you can't say enough about the lefties yesterday against Sale and against the lefties out of the bullpen. I mean, they did a great job. Good at bats. You look back, there was not a left-handed hitter in the lineup that didn't have a good at bat off Sale or the other guys.
4 left-handed hitters against Sale were combined 4 for 10.
Yeah, that's unusual, and it ended up being a huge win for the Yankees. Jazz has got to try to get a jump here. He's seen his move a few times.
Now we see Castro up in the bullpen. Paul, you pay for your victories. So in all likelihood, Hedrick's not available and Bednar's not available. So you're going to have to make it work in another way.
You've got to take the wins, especially against the Atlanta Braves, when you can. And he rolled the dice yesterday, got the win. But yeah, you're looking for somehow, some way to piece through this one with out your best guys.
Jones strikes out for out number 2. Well, let's check out the Yankee bullpen budget. Brought to you by Citizens. Make sense of your money with Citizens. So the 2 games in a row for Bednar would eliminate him today. 2 games in a row for Hedrick would eliminate him as well. So everybody else is available. And it looks like that's it for Cam Schlittler at the end of the 7th inning. He gets handshakes, which means, okay, you're done. 11 strikeouts, all of them on fastballs. So Dodd gets Jones. Lombard Jr.'s coming up. Walt Weiss coming out. And he'll take the ball from Dodd and signal to the bullpen. 1 on, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. The Atlanta Braves 1, Yankees nothing. Stay right here on Yes. Hey kids, check out a new season of Hexclad Presents Bronx Buzz, featuring all new adventures around the city. Catch the season premiere episode featuring Nick Swisher, streaming now exclusively on the Gotham Sports app. New episodes drop every Saturday morning. Didier Fuentes, we saw him on Friday, will come on to face George Lombard Jr. Lombard hit a bullet to Olsen in the 5th inning, and Olsen turned it into an unassisted double play, stepping on the bag to double up Jones. Chisholm with a big lead at first, and the throw over a little bit high, and Jazz gets back. So a little bit of a roll of the dice by Walt Weiss. He takes out the lefty because you've got Lombard, but the lefty kind of neutralizes the running game. Now you can turn Jazz loose against a righty.
Yeah, he had the matchup of Garcia, Chisholm, and Jones with the lefty. You know, they've had a lot of games and a lot of things too. I mean, you got to know how much you can use certain guys. He might just be using situational things to try to keep pitch downs down too, but this definitely does help Jazz with getting a jump.
Did he hold up? Yes, he did. I don't know if he did.
Yeah, it looked like that bat hit because his body stopped, but the bat head kept going forward. So fortunate call there.
2-1.
Really surprised Jazz has not been in motion, especially early in the count.
He's had some starts and stops.
Yeah. Lombard, you know, from his approach, you've seen him in this situation like to go the other way. And if you look at the right side of the infield, wide open, anything on the ground is going to make it to right field.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fuentes against Lombard. Swing and a miss, got him. And that'll do it for the Yankees in the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. We played 7 on a steamy Sunday in the Bronx, and as the Braves won, and the Yankees nothing. It's time for the Optimum Fiber famously fast replay.
Well, last time out, 5 walks. He just was not himself. Today, yeah, this is Cam Schlittler. 11 strikeouts, no walks, and taking that American League ERA lead down even farther. What a start for him today.
New pitcher. It's Castro, and he gets a ground ball to retire. Yastrzemski. 1 pitch, 1 out. So here's Austin Riley with 1 out in the 8th inning. 1-0 game. Braves on top.
A backup cutter right there. You got to be careful here. Riley only 14 home runs. It's not his usual self, but hot recently. A big home run the other night. Certain guys in this lineup, Olsen being 1, Riley 1, you know, in 1 swing. In these close games, 1-0. It was 0-0 at the time of Olsen. You really have to pick and choose who you're really going to go after or not.
Well, he went deep on Friday, Paul.
Yeah, and this is one, a breaking ball. They've had success since then with a lot of fastballs, especially up in the strike zone. But he came in hot since the All-Star break, much more like his old self, driving the ball out of the ballpark.
Swing and a miss. Got with the name of Curvin, throwing a lot of fastballs. Two away. And that brings up Jarvis. Chopped to first.
Wow.
Oh, nice play by Garcia. Steps on the bag. And a good inning for Castro as he retires the Braves. 1, 2, 3. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Look what I found. I found the third out.
Good call there, Michael.
Well, Tuesday on Yes, the Yankees homestand continues as they open up a 3-game set against the Seattle Mariners. Coverage begins at 5 with 2 full hours of pregame, leading up the first pitch shortly after 7. That's on Yes and the Gotham Sports app. Yankees have 6 more outs to go to try to make up this 1-0 deficit. Ryan McMahon leads off against Fuentes to start the bottom of the inning. 1-0.
You've been an unbelievable outing from Schlittler. You're down 1-0. I mean, you're down to 6 outs here, Michael. But the Yankees, remember Friday night, came back late. So, you know, you just got to keep believing that something good is going to happen for this offense.
Did he hold up? No, he did not. The count 2-1. So McMahon's 0 for 1 with a walk. He's 2 for 5 in the series. McMahon, Wells, and Grisham. 8, 9, and 1. And the bottom of the 8th. Now 2-2. So Fuentes pitched a scoreless 7th inning on Friday. Doesn't allow many home runs, 0.36 home runs per 9 innings. And he's got a high strikeout rate. He strikes out 30.7% of batters faced, 10th in the National League as Paul Blackburn heats up. Swing and a miss, got him. 1 down.
Pulled the string on him. You see McMahon got out on his front foot and really had nothing left to try to cover this ball away. You know, every once in a while, you just, in your mind, you're getting out there a little quick to catch up to that fastball. And if you get out there too quick, your bat is just back and you lose sight of being able to drive that ball away the other way.
Wells 1 for 2. High fly ball. Center field. Harris comes on.
Harris angling himself to keep that ball out of the sun, going around to the right side. You get on the left side of that ball, the sun becomes an issue.
So here's Grisham, doubled his last time up. He's 1 for 3.
Well, that's what you needed. Trent Grisham's 13th of the year, hit a bullet last time up. Michael, you stated, I mean, with the right-hander staying in, you got a good opportunity here. Trent Grisham takes that first pitch a lot. Not here. Huge home run for the Yankees.
You know, he's not had a great year, but one thing, in high leverage situations late, he does slug. He does get some big hits.
Yeah, his concentration Grisham seems to go up in big situations, and this was just like, I'm going to see a fastball early. I'm going to try to do something with it. He did not miss it.
Here's Rice.
And this ball was actually up in the strike zone, but a no-doubter. That's in the second deck above the FanDuel sign out there. It went a long way.
11th home run in high leverage since 2025. That's the most in the majors.
Yeah, there's been some Trent Grisham behaviors out there. I mean, he's had a great career here. I mean, last year, really big year. This year had some injuries. Has not been himself, but you trust him in center field, and you trust him in big situations where he can tie the game up with one swing. Good for him.
A super big hit on the super shot. Rice trying to untie it there. 2-2.
Well, it's almost a relief if you're in the lineup and you're thinking, oh, we've got to tie this up somehow. So they threw the ball so well. It's almost a relief. Now you've got to go out and win this game.
And Rice down on strikes. Couple of home runs, one by Olsen, one by that guy. And we've got a 1-1 game as we go to the 9th inning here at the stadium. Yankees trying to sweep. Well, fans, after the final out, get highlights, analysis, clubhouse interviews, and we'll hear from the manager. Plus, a look ahead to the series with the Mariners. That's all coming up on the W.B. Mason Yankees postgame.
Well, you're back to square one here, Michael, with that big home run. 9th inning, tie game, 1-1. Boy, that's a pitcher's duel.
And Paul Blackburn comes on, faces the top of the Atlanta Braves order. Pitch to Baldwin is a strike. Good year for Blackburn. Castro did a good job. Working a 1-2-3-8.
There's a couple really good outings recently. Keeping the Yankees in the game, allowing them to come back, holding zeros today, allowing them to come back. So, certain guys have to step up, and he's done a good job.
Raisel Iglesias, the closer. Warming, Yankees got to him on Friday night. Baldwin, Acuna, and Olsen. Some damage up top. Ground ball first base. Garcia to Blackburn, one away.
But you start counting outs here. Somehow, some way, get through this inning. Allow your offense to try to walk this thing off in the bottom of the 9th. All of a sudden, Acuna walks up to the plate with the opportunity. He's a big name player, and he's got a lot of power. You got to watch this at bat.
0 for 3. Ground ball, Lombard.
Why does it look so easy, Michael, when there's a hard hit ball to Lombard? It just looks easy.
And that's going to bring up also, we take a look at the exit velocity on his home run presented by Spectrum. And that got out 110.7. Traveled 393 feet. So in his 900th consecutive game, he hits his 34th home run of the year. By the way, Paul, so that was 110 off the bat. The pitch he hit was 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, a lot of surprise. I mean, when you get the bat head out on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball and square it up, it's going to go somewhere hard. And that ball wasn't elevated. That was kind of a line drive where Grisham's was elevated, and that was a bomb.
The AutoZone road ahead. Tomorrow's an off day. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday against the Mariners. Then hit the road. 3 against Toronto, in Toronto. Monday, another off day. And then 3 in Baltimore. Grounded foul. 3000. Looking for out number 3 here in the top of the ninth. 1-1 game. Dangerous Olsen at the plate. The 1-2. 2-2. The pitch. Strike 3. It's going to be challenged by Olsen. He thought the curveball missed.
The batter is challenging the call of strike.
I think he's just throwing it out there in ninth inning. ABS challenge by T-Mobile. Strike 3. End of the inning.
Call is confirmed.
He's have a chance to sweep the series coming up in the bottom of the ninth inning. The game is tied at 1. Ramos leads off, and it's time for...
How about that?
Yeah, Elliot Ramos, youngest of 3 pro athlete brothers. Hector is Puerto Rico soccer's all-time leading scorer, and Henry reached the majors. As a team, Elliot followed his brother Henry to spring training in Salem, Virginia, and refused to leave till his mother flew him out to bring him home. And in 2024, with the Giants, he became the first right-handed batter ever to homer directly into McCovey Cove, which is located over right center field. How about that? And how about this? He leads off. There are no accidents.
It's all planned, Michael. We held that all the way till now, knowing it was going to be a huge at-bat.
Raisel Iglesias will try to force extra innings. 1-1 game. Into center field on the first pitch, and Harris makes the play. 1 pitch, 1 out.
That's a good at-bat, man. What are you going to do? You just first pitch up in the strike zone, line dead center field.
Here's Luis Garcia Jr. He's 0 for 3 today. Bottom of the ninth inning. 1-3-0 for the Braves. 1-4-1 for the Yanks. One and 0. Garcia has power, 24 home runs. Two and two, these two familiar with each other. Garcia with the Nationals, Iglesias with the Braves, same division.
We got a changeup right there. That's a changeup that against the Cardinals, he hit out into the bullpen. Another one.
And he goes down on strikes, 2 away.
Back to back, and both of them are really good. Good movement down.
Here's Jazz Chisholm Jr., 1 for 2 with a walk. There's a strike. Jazz 17 home runs. 2 outs, bottom of the ninth. Iglesias blew the save on Friday night, trying to push extra innings here on Sunday afternoon. 1 and 2.
The batter is challenging the strike call.
Jazz going to challenge this. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile.
Call is confirmed. New York has 1 challenge remaining.
Challenges in the ninth inning, because for extra innings you get another challenge for each extra inning. And down goes Chisholm in an impressive 1-2-3 inning for Iglesias. So we're going to get some free baseball here on a Sunday afternoon. Yankees 1, Braves 1. Stay tuned. Well, fans, when you get Gotham, you can stream live games and exclusive Yankees content. Download the Gotham Sports app to get highlights, features, podcast, original series, and so much more. And if you get Yes on TV, then you get the Gotham Sports app for free. So download and sign in today. So Matt Olson is the runner at second, the Manfred Man. And Michael Harris will start it off, and a pinch hit for Olsen with Hae-Sung Kim. Pinch run with Kim. Blackburn in for a second inning of work. Yankees short in the pen, as we told you. Probably no Hedrick and probably no Bednar available today. Yankees, since this extra inning rule came into effect, 30-17 at home, the best in the majors. Not too great on the road. Drill to right field and deep. That ball is going to be fouled.
Boy, off the bat, Michael Dunn had trouble written it all over it. He must have hit off the end of the bat and hooked it. Little guy come down with the catch. Oh, no, I must have missed him. Yeah, change up. Yeah, right off the end of the bat.
One and two on Harris. Now, if you're the home team in this situation, trying to move the runner to third. But when you're the road team, you're trying to put up a crooked number because the home team starts with a runner at second in the bottom of the inning.
It's such an advantage. Yankees knowing what they have to do in the bottom. Especially if he could get Harris out here without moving over Kim. I mean, that's the huge play right here.
Two. Fouled away.
They got Harris really to pull. Lombard almost up the middle. Man, way off the line. And if you look what Blackburn is doing is kind of running the ball away. So it's kind of going against your defense.
And there's a base hit to right center field. Kim's going to score. Jones gets the ball in. The RBI single for Harris, and the Braves lead 2-1.
Well, Harris had a great at bat then. He covered the balls away off the plate. Blackburn tried to sneak one in on him, and he was so quick. He's pulled his hands in and just laced it right up the middle. We talked about Harris, how he was rookie of the year, and then he kind of went down a couple years, and it just all of a sudden broke out again this year. 20 home runs, a 67th RBI on the year, 291 coming into the game, so very solid.
Ball dropped there by Garcia. Albies had a slow chopper over the mound, thrown away by Jazz, so he reads on a single and error in the seventh. Fly ball right center. Grisham makes the play for out number 1 here in the 10th.
Now, when you go up and down this Braves lineup, Michael, I mean, you really don't have a lot of easy outs if you put it into play. I mean, everybody that comes to the plate, even Smith here, has had a breakout year again. Just offensively sound. They just do a lot of good things. They put the ball in play. They've got guys that hit the ball out of the ballpark. And they got some guy, their averages obviously have gone down in recent years, but I mean, they got guys hitting 290, 270. You don't see a lot of teams set up like this anymore. Watch him on first. Looks like he's really leaning over here.
Smith did not enjoy his day against Slittler. Struck out 3 times. Slittler had 11 strikeouts and no walks over 7 innings of pitching. Made that one mistake to Olson. And was it a mistake? It was just a good piece of hitting. The 2-1. Did he go? Yes, he did. Now, if you're playing extra innings at home, you want to keep them at 1. So in extras with the auto runner, teams score a run 61% of the time. They score multiple runs 29% of the time. That's where you have to stop. Not too often you keep them at 0. Now, runner at second is a big, big advantage. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Throw to second. Got him. Great catch and tag by Lombard. I'll strike him out, throw him out, double play. So Smith with 4 strikeouts. The Braves are going to look to see if they'll challenge, but he is clearly out. A great tag by Lombard. Can the Yankees score in the 10th? Spencer Jones will start it off. Stay tuned. It's 2-1 Braves. But we're going to stay right here as the Braves are going to challenge.
Atlanta is challenging the out call at second base. The previous play is under review.
So we know that Smith struck out. Now we'll see if it's a inning-ending double play. I think it is, although that shot right there.
The call on the field is confirmed. The runner is out. Atlanta loses its challenge.
And the call sticks. We go to the bottom of the 10th. This comprehensive telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. So the Yankees will try to at least tie this game, and Tyler Kinley comes on. He struggled since the beginning of July with a 7.20 ERA. Yankees will have Jazz Chisholm at second base to start it off, and it'll be Jones, Lombard, and McMahon. Dominic Smith takes over at first base, so they will lose the DH because remember they had pinch run for Olson.
Yeah, you've got opportunities here with Jazz's speed. I mean, he's the ideal guy to have out there. And do you move him over? Probably not with Spencer Jones. I think that you have the option of stealing. By no means, I think you're going to see Spencer Jones square around to move him over. But the left-handed hitter, try to pull the ball, get him over, try to get him in.
They faked that throw just to see if Jones gives away what he's going to do. He did not square.
I don't know that Spencer Jones has bunted in his career down in the minor leagues.
The least you want him to do is pull the ball. And they're not expecting a bunt, nor should they, because Smith is deep at first.
And they just hung a slider right there. I mean, Jones fouled it off, but yeah, he's looking to do one thing. I mean, his swing. He's a power hitter.
That will not move the runner. Albies will make the catch for the first out. Well, Lombard has hit in all 4 of his previous big league games. Not today. He's 0 for 3. Yankees could use one right now.
Well, if you're Jazz, you get him a left-handed hitter, the opportunity to move you over. Now I think the stolen base comes into play a lot more.
Kinley gave up a run to the Yankees in the 10th inning on Friday. 35 years old, 9th big league season. Jazz the time run at second. Foul back to the screen.
Well, we saw it the other night with Kenley. He just loves that slider. And, Spencer Jones got a hanger. That ball was a hanger a little bit too. So you've got to stay in the strike zone. It seems like when he keeps that slider in the strike zone, it's very hittable. But you got to stay away from swinging at that slider off the plate away.
1-1. Upstairs. Braves, bottom of the 10th inning. McMahon on deck. Grounded to third. Riley fields, fires, and they get Lombard for out number 2.
All you ask for from a young player is a good solid at bat in these situations. Obviously a ground ball to third base, but he took the balls off the plate, gave himself a chance by putting the ball in play, just happened to hit it right at the third baseman, Austin Riley.
Well, it comes down to the final out for the Yankees, and here's Ryan McMahon. Time runs at second. McMahon's 0 for 2 with a walk. Kinley deals. 1-0. Austin Wells is on deck.
That's not showing any indication that he's trying to steal third base, but you still have to get that good secondary lead and score on a base hit. You remember Acuna in right field has got a gun out there.
Could not hold up. 1-1. Veteran righty deals. And the Yankees are down to their final strike. Well, McMahon walked it off in the 10th inning on Friday with this fly ball to Acuna. Yankees need him to step up again. Ball 1-2. Swing and a miss. And that'll do it. As the Braves beat the Yankees 2-1 in 10 innings to salvage the final game of this 3-game set. All 3 games, the Yankees had extraordinary starting pitching, but the offense could not push across enough runs today as they cannot sweep the Braves.
Well, the Braves are a good team. To have the opportunity to sweep them and get the performance you got from Schlittler, you've got to be disappointed. Olsen, big home run. Trent Grisham, a big home run. But a big hit by Harris to put the Braves in ahead. And the Yankees not being able to score in the bottom.
We'll come back with awards in the postgame after that. 2-1 Braves in 10. Braves 2, Yankees 1 in 10 innings. Game-changing drive of the game brought to you by Audi and the all-new Audi Q3.
Well, at this point, it was a shutout to Kim Schlittler. Matt Olson, his 34th of the year in the 7th inning, gave Atlanta the lead. The Yankees were able to tie it up.
And it's now time for the Chevy player of the game.
Big hit by Michael Harris with 2 strikes, pulls his hands in and laces it right up the middle. Gives the Braves the lead. Yankees were not able to score a run. Braves go home with the win.
Took 10 innings. Braves beat the Yankees 2-1, 2 hours and 27 minutes. Iglesias gets the win. Kinley his first save. And Blackburn, the loser in this one. Coming up on the Yes Network, stay tuned for the WB Mason postgame show with Bob Lorenz, Todd Frazier, and Adam Ottavino. Special thanks to producer Troy Benjamin, director Dan Barr, Mike Webb, and the executive producer of the Yes Network is Mr. Jared Ames Boschnack. Hey, join us again on Tuesday when the Yankees take on the Mariners at Yankee Stadium. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. on Yes, with first pitch coming shortly after 7. Once again, the final score in 10 innings, the Atlanta Braves 2 and the New York Yankees 1. For Paul O'Neill and Meredith Morakovitz, I'm Michael Kay saying see ya from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Now let's go to Bob Lorenz, Todd Frazier, and Adam Ottavino, standing by in our Yes Network studios with the postgame show. Guys?